Frank Turley from Downpatrick, farming partnership with my father and mother, farming 500 acres, and we're a suckler cow to beef system. So this was all about here, where everything's a grass-based system here on a rotational grazing paddock-based system. Maximising the amount of grass we can grow. Everything through on the farm is brought through the beef and finished off grass. There's no concentrate, or little to no concentrate finished on the farm. Cattle are sold under 24 months old, averaging about 310 to 15 kilos dead weight, the steers and heifers across the board. We grow as much grass as we can possibly, and we've now started to introduce a few other different types of sort of species and stuff on the farm. We're big into our clovers now, and clovers multi-species and stuff like that has started becoming a big part of the system in the past couple of years due to the dry weather in the summer times coming forward, and the more drought resistance. We're having to look and see other options on the farm to make sure we have fodder available for our cattle at all times of the year. Predominantly we're a spring calving herd. Cows start calving from the end of January onwards, and they're for about 9 weeks the cows will calve. Cows, one calf per year, so our calving index is about 363, and we're calving our heifers under 24 months old. Everything is calving in the early spring really because we're trying to get our cattle away before the 4 months of age and off grass. So the early spring, so the animal going into the winter time is a big animal when it's weaned off the cow. Our cattle are all kept on the keel in the winter time, so there's no sheds here, everything's on the keel, so it's a bigger animal to respond better to the keel in the outdoor system, and then as a bigger weaned animal hit in the grass the following year to be finished off grass the following season. Targets are really met with just, our big thing is trying to grow as good a quality forage in front of the cattle at all times, along with genetic merit. We're trying high ABV bulls, AI bulls coming through genetics onto the cows to try and have a bigger and better terminal sire coming across all the time for carcass gain and performance. Cattle are weighed about every 8 weeks in the grazing season when they're brought in, whenever they'll be dosed or whatever other maintenance is needed done on the way through, to constantly perform performance monitoring to make sure cattle are performing, and if they're not, we can adjust the system and bring them out and rebatch and allocate to different grasses, different groups or whatever, to try and maximise performance on them all the time.
My name's James Henderson. I'm farming here outside Kilkeel in County Down in the southeast corner of the county, along the coast. We're farming about 150 acres of land, and it's very much a grass-based system. We have both a lowland flock of sheep, 250 ewes, and we breed our ewe lambs as well, and then we have a dairy origin beef herd of between 80 and 90 calves are bought in every year, and they're taken through to beef at approximately 2-year-old. Along the way we have targets at weaning, we have targets at turnout, we have targets throughout our first grazing season at housing, and the important thing in the whole system is both grass quality, grass availability, and then good quality silage over the winter periods as well, just to be able to achieve those targets.
Hi, my name's Hugh Harbison, and I'm farming here in Aghadowey, which is between Aghadowey and Coleraine. We're milking 180 odd calving cows, calving them all in 12 weeks, producing 8,000 litres off about 2 tonnes a meal, supplying Dale Farm with our milk. So we calve all our heifers at 20 more months. So for me, that starts off whenever the calf's born at this time of year. We ensure the calf gets lots of colostrum, and then we have a very vigorous vaccination policy for pneumonia, and then we regularly weigh the calves throughout the first year and then on into the second year. And then in terms of those animals, as they're coming to breeding now, we're making sure those animals are on really good grass at the minute, after grass from third cut silage, and we're ensuring they're on the right target and they're on the rise and plane of nutrition for breeding in December.